Doctor Who.
So, my Whovian homies, I am the Doctor Who Kid, and a lot has happened since the last time we spoke with each other, hasn't it? Well, there was a plague, fires, a president in complete denial over the fact that he lost his election. All sorts of nonsense has been going on. But hey, after a 10-month absence, Doctor Who finally graced our screens again, after almost no promotion until like a month before it aired. Still, I watched it, and now I'm here to tell you what I thought about it. This is Revolution of the Daleks. So we start off in 2019, during the events of Revolution, and we get to see what happened to the Dalek casing immediately after the events of that story. And I thought that was really cool. I mean, like, have we ever had a festive special, or New Year's special, I guess we call it now? Oh, which has been like a direct sequel to the one that came right before it? I don't believe we have. So, this Dalek casing falls into the hands of some sleazy businessmen, including Jack Robertson, the guy from Arachnids in the UK, who is very clearly a Trump analog. And I think he's gotten a little bit more Trumpy since we last saw him. And together he has used the Dalek casing as the blueprints for a whole new line of security drones. And the Dalek gun is like a water cannon. The plunger bit is now like distributes tear gas. Really cool and worryingly timely. But anyway, we don't care about some sleazy business guy. We care about the Doctor and the Fan. So, where have they been for the past 10 months? Well, the Doctor's in jail, and the companions are all in various stages of moving on. Ryan seems to have moved on quite a bit. Graham is just doing whatever Ryan's doing, and Yaz has not moved on at all. It's basically implied that she hasn't even left the house TARDIS the Doctor left her in the Timeless Children. So anyway, the Doctor's in prison, clearly for a long time. Her hair's all off, and it's beginning to look like she will have no hope of escape. And then Captain Jack breaks her out. Honestly, I was slightly disappointed. I thought the idea they were setting up in the marketing was like this would be the companions having to fight the Daleks without the Doctor's help at all, but no, she only has like one scene in the prison. Then the next time we see her, Jack breaks her out. Disappointing, I guess. But not that disappointing, because it leads to some great moments between the Doctor and the Fan. Like how when she first comes back to reunite with them, thinking it's only been like a few seconds since they last saw her, only to find out it's been 10 months. Yaz even shoves her at one point, just to get the idea of the intense emotions across. Also, there's this one great conversation scene between the Doctor and Ryan, where Ryan basically is like, Dude, I've known you long enough, you're clearly hiding something and trying to be all smiles and stuff. Just let it out. This forces the Doctor to tell Ryan about the whole timeless child thing, and he's like, whoa. And speaking of the companions going, whoa, there's also a great moment where Jack fills them in on that time he got killed by the Daleks back in the Parting of the Ways and then brought back by Rose. And he even mentions Rose and what happened to her in Doomsday, and the companions are just like, what, seriously? So the Doctor, the companions, and Captain Jack go confront Robertson and reveal to him what's really been going on, where we also find out that one of the scientists responsible for the project has found trace organic components in the original casing, and basically cloned the Dalek back to life, because scientists in fiction are just as stupid as politicians are in real life. And this clone Dalek takes control of the poor scientist's body, just like what happened with Ghost's Lady in Revolution, and basically builds a whole facility in Japan to basically make more clone Daleks. So basically, when it comes the night that the Prime Minister unveils her brand new security drones, the Daleks basically take control of the security drone and go around exterminating people willy-nilly. And I gotta say, bring back Harriet Jones! Also, I love the scene where the Prime Minister lady is all like, there is nothing going on, it is just a technical glitch. All the while Daleks are exterminating people. It's so funny, and I can totally imagine some politicians, Trump, doing that in real life. The only downside to this whole bit, though, is that when she does eventually get exterminated by the Dalek, they almost play it kind of badass, so it's like, no, just have her be exterminated by the very thing she created and have it all pathetic and stuff. So, with these security Daleks going around exterminating everyone, the Doctor decides to do the nuclear option, summon actual Daleks to Earth under the logic that they'll see the drone Daleks as impurities and exterminate them. Yeah, that's basically what happens. Good news is, the security Daleks are destroyed. Bad news is, now we gotta get rid of the other Daleks. And what better way to get rid of other Daleks than with a good old-fashioned blow-up-their-ship con? Unfortunately, Jack Robertson decides to go join up with the Daleks, even spilling the beans that the Doctor was the one who brought them to Earth. Great, now we gotta deal with that problem. And surprisingly enough, Jack Robertson doesn't get exterminated. I honestly thought that's where they were going with this. And let's face it, would any of us have been sad? I wouldn't have been. So the companions rescue Jack Robertson, blow up the Dalek ship, and the Doctor even manages to find a way to get rid of the Daleks not in the ship by basically luring them into her TARDIS. And by her TARDIS, I mean the spare one they had that was disguised as a house, which the Doctor programmed to basically compress in on itself. And I gotta say, there's this really cool shot where there's like, the TARDIS is suspended in the air, all the while Daleks are swarming around it. It looked really damn cool. And with the day saved, Jack decides to go leave to catch up with Gwen Cooper. Gwen Cooper reference. And the Doctor decides to do some more traveling with the fan, business as usual. Only it's not business as usual, because Ryan basically says, yeah, I don't want to keep doing this anymore. I got stuff going on back home and all that. And it all leads to this really sad goodbye where Graham also decides to leave, even though you can kind of guess that maybe he doesn't really want to, but ultimately he'd rather stick with his family. Or at least this really great moment, and they all do this big massive group hug. Really got to me. And you know what else got to me? The last scene of the episode is Ryan and Graham doing bike riding stuff, just like the very first scene we met them. And then they see the ghost of Grace. Like, it might be a ghost, it might just be them, hallucinating or something, but the feels. Oh yeah, and then there was this credit scene introducing this character guy played by John Bishop. Never heard of the guy. And that was Revolution of the Daleks. Great story, great character moments, great action spectacle set pieces. Overall, I give it... Come on, you know what I'm gonna give it by now. 10 out of 10, best Doctor Who episode ever! I am the Doctor Who Kid, and I will see you... hopefully sometime soon. Revolution of the Daleks sucked poopy. I mean, seriously, summoning a Dalek fleet to defeat the new Daleks? Pfft, nice going, Nurse Who. And Chibi Chips' SJW agenda is so blatant in this episode. I mean, a female Prime Minister? Never in the history of the UK has there ever been a female Prime Minister, ever. You're just lying to yourself by pandering to feminists. Feminists don't watch Doctor Who manly men like me do. But hey, at least we're getting a new companion next series, and he's actually a straight white man for once. Thank God they actually remembered how to cast someone in a way that isn't just blatant identity politics. I hope that report in the Mirror turns out to be true. I certainly won't be sad to see her go. Well, that's all for today, folks. Be sure to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Bebo, MySpace, Twitch, Discord, OnlyFans, and Parler. And before I go, I'd just like to remind you all to please go out there and vote, because there has been a blatant miscarriage of justice going on. President Trump has been robbed, there were illegal votes going on, and all that brave man has done is tell us every day how we have been deceived by the left of trying to spread fear by making up a fake disease. Everyone knows COVID isn't real, so we just gotta make sure to stop wearing masks, because there is no point in wearing masks for a fake disease. That is just how they are controlling us. And why do I keep coughing? And furthermore, do not get that stupid vaccine they're giving us, because that way the vaccine will let Mark Zuckerberg turn us into slaves so that Joe Biden can rape us all. And with that said, have a pleasant 2021, folks.